Hey guys, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. How mental is that? Now, I have not seen a more crazy looking Focus ST in my life, and yeah, I mean, I can't stop looking at it. It's absolutely insane. I think there's going to be quite a lot of B-roll in this one, so forgive me. But today I'm joined with this 2015 Focus ST. Like I said, it's got a big old Garrett turbo strap to it. It's running probably around the 500 brake mark, and it's absolutely mental. I mean, take a look at even more B-roll, and then we'll catch up with the owner and go take it for a spin. Okay, so I'm now joined with Tom, the owner of this absolute weapon. Dude, thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah, no worries. I mean, there's going to be quite a lot to speak about with this.
There's a long list.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, I said in the intro that it's running about 500 brake. It looks mental, but I completely forgot to mention that it's wide-bodied.
It is. It's one of two in the UK, Fortune flares. The kit takes it about a foot wider overall, so speed bumps, width restrictions, living in London, what a joy.
And you live like right in London.
Yeah,
as
I live
well.
in Central, so that's pretty difficult. But I mean, other accents around it, like obviously you can see it's got an RS front end. Reason for that is when it came out, I just fell in love with it, but I'd already gone so far with this that I thought, let's not build an RS, let's build an ST that can maybe beat one.
Okay,
just
yeah,
a bit of fun. So going around, we've got SS tuning kit. That's the front splitter. Everything's kind of had to be modified because nothing's a direct fit with this car anymore. A wrap designed by myself for my company as well, Stocks Autosport. But the wrap, actually, funny, we were talking about it earlier on. Preliminarily designed it in Need for Speed. You can kind of
probably see that, yeah. No, that's really cool though. The fact that you thought, you know what,
yeah,
let's just have a bit of a play here.
Why not? I thought if you want to see something in 3D, do it. I mean, I'm an architect by profession, so me and 3D work well. So the Govad forged wheels are one-offs. They're from a company called Govad Forged Wheels in Canada. They are 10.5J, so I'm running 275 tyres on a 19. So going around the car as well a bit more. Obviously RS spoiler, we've got endless stuff that I'll show you inside the car as well.
Yep.
But the actual build itself is a Garrett 3071R Gen 2 turbo. We're running methanol as well. I've got uprated clutch, extreme clutch. The list is endless. I'm trying to think, it's one of those, but no, it's endless list. So I mean, going through some of the sponsors as well. Mishimoto do all the cooling. I've got a massive intercooler and radiator from them, which is really good. New induction kit as well, which we had to take the box off, unfortunately, so there's a little bit of heat soak, but now there's a much bigger flow rate, so we're getting some good times out of it. That's kind of performance side. We've got lots more in there. It's 4-port meth as well. So, but something I want to show is the back end as well, because it kind of shows how wide it actually is. Got a custom titanium exhaust. It does need a clean. Looking at that, I'm sorry.
That's right. It was raining, so don't worry.
Yeah, it's a fully valved 3.5-inch catback. It was a Cobra, but it just wasn't loud enough for me. So we've made it insanely loud. Got a valve, like I said, but unfortunately the valve keeps breaking because the pops and bangs are that powerful that they have bent the plate. So now it just rattles when I try and close it.
I've never heard of that ever happening before.
Yeah, and unfortunately those valves are like 300 quid, so I'm not going to buy another one just yet.
Yeah. So this wrap, just quickly,
yeah.
I understand this is probably not the best light as we stood here, but is this the original colour?
This is the original colour. Yeah, so we paired it up with bits that are not the original colour to try and match as close as we could.
That's a good match, actually, yeah.
And then it's satin black. It's all 3M wrapped material. Satin black, gloss black, and then a chromatic blue.
I love that.
Which is insane. I mean, that's the favourite part of my car, I must admit. It's the colour. It's also, what I like is the back is a camo wrap and the front is just a solid blue. I like having two cars in one.
It's almost like a racing livery at the front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of like the
stripes
car, if you've ever seen the advert.
Yeah, very true. And to be honest, those wheels make it as well. We were saying, like it would look good in black, but just that colour, it just breaks it up.
I love it really
nicely.
The one thing I do want to mention is that I really think I need air ride as much as people kind of hate that in the scene and love it. For me, I need the wheels a bit poked out, and I cannot achieve that with the current setup of the kit. So
yeah.
I've
So that's
tried
static.
it with spacers, but this is completely static. It's on STX coilovers.
Yep.
It's dropped 65 at the rear and 55 at the front, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it's actually 55 at the rear, but with the weight of the boot build,
Oh, okay.
it's dropped another 10 mil.
That's probably something we could look at. I mean, we've got to start it up first because we've got to hear it, and then we'll have a look in the boot as well.
Fantastic.
We'll hear it idling away because I know for a fact that it is very, very loud. Yeah, man, it's one hell of a car. All of the different companies that have worked on it. Anyway. Yeah, that's loud. That's definitely loud. I love those the central tips as well. That's not quite, is it? I wasn't expecting some revs.
No, it's she's already warm.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. You had a long old journey, didn't you? But
yeah,
I mean, those rear arches, just quickly before we look at the boot build. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, there's some work that's gone into this.
Yeah, man. One hell of a car. Anyway, let's have a little look in the back. I haven't seen this yet, actually.
This is the breakfast bowl setup.
Oh, crikey.
So it's a 18-inch Phi subwoofer made by a good friend of mine and his company, Harwood Acoustics. He's based over in Colchester. I gave him a project with this, and I left the car with him for 4 months.
Wow.
Simply because I said to him I want it to be OEM materials, so to match the Alcantara and so on and so forth. But I wanted the whole thing to be made so that it was removable to get to the spare wheels still.
Oh god, yeah.
So the whole thing's on magnets, so you can take it off part by part. Seats down, it's on rollers, push it up.
Wow.
Spare wheels there.
That's how it's done.
Yeah, and when you go through tyres like I do, unfortunately, you need that there.
You need that, yeah.
It kicks a punch.
And lovely little blue lights as well. I mean, that is proper, that, isn't it? That is insane. Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
It's good fun to have that behind you when you're doing a cruise.
Yeah, definitely. It makes it a whole lot better. So RS wing, right?
RS wing. I will be honest, this needs to go. I'm getting a much larger one built, which is going to be kind of like a BTCC kind of style wing. At least we're taking influence from that. I want a one-off piece. So the guys that made the kit at the moment, Fortune Flares, good friends of mine over in Canada as well. They are kind of designing and building this spoiler for this car as well. So that should be here in the next.
So is that going to be like mounted to the boot? Or?
It's going to be I want the mounts to simply come down to here. I don't want too much. It's not going to be a chassis mounted wing that folds down or anything like this. I want minimal bracketing, but to me I want it as wide as the kit.
It's going to be substantial then.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty big.
I mean, just quickly look at how wide it is as well. I mean, you can get an idea about how wide it is like this, but you probably get an idea when you look at it like that. That is really cool. I like how it's not been smoothed in as well.
Yeah, that was one of the things I debated with, but I'll be honest as well, with my company's stocks, we are going to be selling this kit as well.
Oh, okay.
So being on the show car, I couldn't do too much work to it that someone else wouldn't be able to. So I want to be able to show what you can get for, this part. Fitment is always an issue when you're trialing the first of anything. So this whole car has been a bit of a development in the sense of the arches, they fit perfectly, but at the same time the car hood bent and twisted and lots of play, but yeah, I'm happy with her at the moment.
And one thing to note actually, which I don't think we mentioned, you've had this car from new.
I have rolled out of the showroom brand new. Got an amazing deal and part exchanged 3 cars for it, I think.
Oh wow.
Probably the worst mistake of my life looking at it, but yeah, no, it worked out really well.
It's been a big old journey then, isn't it?
Yeah, it has. Absolutely love it, and trying to keep the mileage down now.
Yeah, I suppose you don't really do many miles in London, you just spend all your time in traffic.
As much as you can daily it, which I'm sure you'll see when you drive it, it's very smooth to drive, low down. You just can't do it on the roads.
Yeah. Well, speaking about roads, and seeing as it is nice and warm, I think we should get the old GoPros mounted in the usual places and take it for a little spin. And yeah, I mean, just one more look at this. This has got to be my favourite angle here. It just looks absolutely mental. So here we are, out in the car, and unfortunately with time today we don't have much time to really...
Sorry, I'm trying to keep it quiet for you.
To really explore like, the sound of it and bits and bobs like that. Hopefully you'll get an idea, but yeah, just the timings today are quite in our favour. Yeah, take a right here. I do know a few good roads, but mate, this thing's loud, isn't it?
It's really loud.
It pops at like really low RPMs as well.
And high RPM
Yeah.
as well, that's the problem with it.
It's certainly got the crazy sounds to match the crazy looks. Speed bumps.
Yeah, these are the joys of my life at the moment.
Yeah.
We'll take them as we go.
I suppose you have to like plan your route.
I do. There's a couple of tunnels where I live in Central that I cannot go through. I tried once, had to do a 3-pointer and come back out.
Typical. Mate, what I respect massively is how you bought it new, you bought it stock, and you built it up yourself. I filmed with a mini JCW Challenge 210. So the video's actually going up in a couple of hours in terms of filming
nice.
it.
Look forward to it.
And he bought it completely stock new like 4 years ago, and he's turned it into like a complete track car.
I think at least it gives you confidence that you know everything that's been done to it as well.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
I've seen this through various phases and various clutches.
Yeah.
You know, I know what works and what doesn't now, and it teaches you as well about the car rather than just diving in with one mod platform kind of.
And you know that you're the only person who's driven it.
Exactly.
Thanks,
It's insane, isn't it?
So we're running, I think you were saying, about 500 brake.
Yes, so the last dyno was 448 to the wheels.
Okay,
That was with Devil Developments down near Brighton. And they are the guys that forged it as well and did a lot of the work on the car in the early years. Yeah, it's now, since that dyno, I have changed from a 1-port meth system that was in the intercooler charge pipe to a 5-port, so I've got 4 in the inlet manifold as well. And I'm hoping that it's boosting better, and from what I've seen it's hitting kind of 32, 33 psi a lot earlier than I was before.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we could even push over the 500 mark.
Sweet. Well, it probably is very close to it. It's 448 to the wheel.
Yeah, I think it was 492, which is really annoying, but we'll get that 500 this year, I think.
So I say this to a lot of people with highly modified cars that have pretty much done everything. I asked the question anyway, have you got any more plans?
So yeah, there's always plans, because I think it's just ambitions and things change, sadly. I personally want to get rid of the back seats. The car weighs too much. It's its biggest downfall. I've got 90 kilos in the boot, as you've seen.
True.
It's a very heavy boot build. Most people building a car like this would strip that out and the seats. So I've potentially got kind of 150 kilos more than those people. With it being a slower, like a longer spooling turbo as well, it's quite laggy. I'm thinking of changing it to a ball bearing single scroll. Just to get the power kind of lower down. Because I mean, we'll feel it eventually when we get to a road where there's no speed bumps.
I'm really sorry, I was just thinking that. How many speed bumps are there?
Manoeuvring these quite well, but no, I think that's really it. Apart from maybe a couple of things like a spoiler or something, but truthfully, I've built the car to how I want it, and I don't know what
football in the road.
Yeah, so kicking a ball.
She got very scared.
Didn't even see the bump.
I see what you mean about it.
Kicking in as well.
I see what you mean about it. Thumbs up.
And it's laggy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I see what you mean about it. Probably kicking in about 4,000.
This car, if in doubt, just downshift, and that's even what my tuners say. So I'm tuned by Stratified in the States, and a lot of people are kind of always querying why I do that, and it's because they are so good at mapping Focus ST engines. I blew this car up, I blew the engine up at 7,000 miles on the clock, just by trying too much on a stock block. Ended up forging it and haven't looked back since really, and Stratified have given me feedback like you wouldn't believe. I've got this cob access port, reads everything from the ECU. I do a few pulls on it, 3rd and 4th gear pulls, send the information to them, and within 48 hours they send me a new map.
That's what it's all about. They loved it as well.
It's got the beans.
Yeah, it's definitely got the beans. That is mental.
Sometimes you've got to tap the accelerator to stop it.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
What's that, wide arch? Oh, we found another wide body car. There you go.
Wide body friends, yeah.
Now, I've never ever seen a wide body car just randomly on the road, and now here we go.
Here we go, we find each other, Camber gang as well.
Yeah.
Guys, yeah, that's nice.
Ducktail on the back. Is it a real M3 though?
That's always the question, isn't it?
Because you would have an M3 badge on the back.
Yeah.
Probably is. I mean, those arches are ridiculous.
I mean, he's put enough money into it, probably.
There we go, he knows.
That's an M3.
Yeah, that's an M3. I'm sorry that I doubted you.
I can do it too.
This is good, isn't it?
That sounds angry.
That does, doesn't it? Look at the camera on
Oh, that is crazy.
I think we've got the more obnoxious bangs.
Yeah, but he's got a bigger engine.
Yeah. Anyway, seeing as the traffic has got pretty horrendous and I've already lost one of the GoPros, I think we're going to wrap things up there. But dude, thank you so much for
Thank you. What an opportunity.
coming on the channel and showing me this. I mean, I've filmed a fair amount of falls, but not loads. And this, I mean, is a different level. As always, I will leave all of your links down in the description down below, so everyone can kind of follow along the process with all the extra bits, the receipt delete and everything like that.
Yes, soon to come.
And, yeah, I mean, I think we're going to try and find out where we are and then make our way back. But anyway, that's going to wrap things up for today. If you can hear me.
Sorry guys.
I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe. It's a good way